Hey everyone, on today's video we're going to go over some of the things that happened over the weekend of August 24th, 25th into the 26th, covering some of the recent Kanye news, including his appearance in Dayton, Ohio for Dave Chappelle's block party. So first up we have this, which is kind of cool. It's Kim Kardashian West interview by Kanye West for her first Vogue Arabia cover. And yeah, you can see it right there on the cover, interview by Kanye West, which this isn't the first time Kanye has been the interviewer. It actually happened multiple times in the last year. He interviewed Axel. You think I remember the name Vervote? I'm so sorry, Axel. As if he watches this channel. But if you ever do, Axel, I'm so sorry. Kanye did an interview with him. And then there was also a producer that Kanye interviewed a few months back asking the questions. And it was more of a conversation, right? But here he is interviewing his wife. And the aesthetic of the cover is really cool. They released a few photos already. And for you movie fans out there, you may remember this movie from 2000 called The Cell. And when I look at this, the surreal world of Kim Kardashian West, it really does, in some of the photos, feel like My Beautiful Dark Twisted Fantasy brought to life. And in this movie, The Cell, it was very much kind of parts of it, this desert aesthetic. And you can see Jennifer Lopez's outfit and kind of the surreal elements going on here. And yeah. Anyway, a little bit of movie stuff for you. But this kind of overviews this article here, some of the conversation, without giving too much away because they want you to buy the issue. I'm sure there's going to be more on this, or maybe even a printing of the interview at some point, I hope, in which case we'll go over it in more detail. But for the most part, you know, you can kind of look through this to get a sense of what the conversation and some of the talking points were. And then in Snake news, we have Taylor Swift makes sly reference to Kanye West crashing her speech 10 years ago on 2019 VMA's carpet. So all that it was is they asked her something, and she said, "You never know what can happen on the show, as I've learned," which is simple enough, not very dramatic. And there was also, I didn't know this with the release of Lover, her recent album, she had published parts of her personal diary. And from September 2009, she wrote, "If you had told me that one of the biggest stars in music was going to jump on stage and announce that he thought I shouldn't have won on live television, I would have said that stuff doesn't really happen in real life." Her entry ended. Well, apparently it does, which is just, it still amuses me. I don't know. Sorry, Taylor, but I still find it funny, and I still agree. The video shouldn't have won. But, yeah. 7 unforgettable quotes Kanye West added to the hip-hop lexicon. I like the article because it's Kanye related, and it does go over some of like Kanye's biggest quotes, but at the same time, part of me reads this and is just like, why? Why? I'm gonna let you finish. Yeah. I don't know how often these come up either, outside of like Kanye fans just quoting Kanye for fun. Like, I'm gonna let you finish, probably a bit more popular, but I don't think anybody that's not a Kanye fan is going, "How, Sway?" Or does it come up in hip hop often at all? Like 6 years on? Very curious about this. George Bush doesn't care about black people. Still kind of gets quoted, but I don't know if it's part of the hip hop lexicon. Let Me Be Great. I knew Kanye said it. Did I just call him Kanye? Kanye said it, and I remember kind of this happening because it was when I was first starting to really get into Kanye. I beg you, give me a break, please. Let me be great. But I also don't think that this is necessarily part of the hip hop lexicon either. Dat Shit Cray, that was very popular. In Paris was a huge song, and Turning Crazy to Cray was a genius thing to do. Yeah, I still don't know if that gets referenced a lot. Yeezy Taught Me is still like said all the time by Kanye fans, as it's just such a perfect joke for Kanye fans, but I don't know if that's part of the hip hop lexicon. Maybe I just need to redefine what I think of as hip hop lexicon. I feel like it's terms that people are using broadly, rather than just like a niche thing that maybe more Kanye fans refer to than anybody else. and then can't tell me nothing, which, yeah, that's a pretty good phrase and pretty popular. And then it just goes into the next thing. So, and this is probably more of a big deal and could have possibly have received its own episode, but it's also a Lucy from the Wyoming period, right? So Pusha T and Cash Doll team up on Kanye West production on Sociopath. Sociopath was originally going to be on Daytona. I think it was going to be the second or third song, and they ended up pushing it off, which I know a lot of people are enjoying the song, and it's a cool song, but I don't think it's as sonically interesting as the rest of Daytona, and I'm kind of glad that it wasn't on the album. Like, I don't think it, if you're only going to have 7 tracks, I don't think it's stronger than any of the 7 that are on Daytona, right? But it had leaked a while ago, so Pusha T had said that he just wanted to give people kind of the mix and mastered version so they're not listening to something that sounds shitty. So that's out now. There is rumor that Push is working on something new and that it could be with Kanye, but we still don't have any great detail about that. He just tweeted something about being in the studio and ready to make another masterpiece. That could be his own work, might not involve Kanye at all, or it could be with Kanye. And then here, a lot of Team Kanye daily shine. So Kanye and Kim arriving in Beaver Creek, and this is them in Daytona for Dave Chappelle's block party that happened over the weekend. And I think the best place you can go to kind of get a recap of the images and the videos from that day, Team Kanye Daily. You can see there are some cool moments with Kanye kind of taking the mic and being up in front of everybody. This is him performing Jesus Walks, and then just kind of listening. This is Ye at the piano. Dave Chappelle giving a speech, just kind of hyping the crowd up and boosting morale. Kanye grooving. There were a lot of great gifts that came out of this. That's definitely one. My favorite one's up ahead. Set list thanks to Nico. This is another good one. Just Kanye, like, bearded, glasses on, at the keyboard, just doing his thing. Like, you gotta love it. You have got to love it. Where's the one? Kanye just kind of grooving again. All about the hip action. Like, hips and shoulders. It's all about the hips. That's the shoulders. It's all about the shoulders and the hips. You know, you got Dave and Kanye hugging. I really want, like, I'm originally from Ohio, not as far south as Dayton, more northeast Ohio. But the fact that Kanye has an Ohio shirt is just, I want it so badly. I need one. Then the choir singing happy birthday to Dave. And then this is the gif. Like, look at that. Fucking body rolling. Just living his goddamn best life. And we got like a few more moments. You know, this is them showing Sociopath was on the board back during the Wyoming sessions and the time leading up to the finish of the album. This might have been when Kanye was on the yacht in South Carolina, I think, in Charleston. And then you have Kanye and Joe Maddick. Here giving some performances. This looks like it's more in a community center, not a school, somewhere else. And then maybe my favorite part about this, I mean, I'm happy for the community. I'm happy for, you know, my fellow Ohioans just having this opportunity to kind of come together and heal in the wake of something that was so horrific. But I really love the fact that this headline exists. Kanye West dines at Dayton Cheesecake Factory 2 nights in a row, which is just like, in terms of like restaurants, I feel like this is the equivalent of wearing Dickies. Maybe like Cheesecake Factory's a little fancier than what Dickies is, but it's just like, of all the places to potentially go, like Cheesecake Factory is just such a fun and like regular person choice. Like, they're not driving out somewhere. They're not going to some like super secret upscale restaurant that Chappelle knows about. It's just like, nah, we're going to go to Cheesecake Factory, not just once, but twice. The other great thing, and I should have pulled it up, was just the let's see if I can get it real fast. Yeah, here it is. The Arthur meme. So this was Kanye on Saturday, I think, at Cheesecake Factory the first time, and you can see that he's wearing the yellow, wearing the blue, gripping his pants with like this fist, and it just looks exactly like the Arthur meme, which cracks me up to no fucking end. So, yeah, that's it for kind of the weekend roundup. If you have any questions about what went down or want me to cover anything more, go ahead and leave the comment down below. And other than that, be back tomorrow with another video. And also, for people that care and are following along, we have a interview lined up that I think you're going to be pretty happy about. It's definitely going to be our biggest interview that we've ever done up to this point, and kind of harder to get in terms of like the scale of Kanye. Kind of harder to get higher than this one. It's not Kanye. Like if it was Kanye, I would be sitting here being like, we have an interview. I'll be freaking the fuck out. But it's going to be cool. So we should have that in a few more weeks. We just booked the plane tickets. We booked the hotel and everything. So I'm looking forward to letting you know more details. But we'll talk soon. Until then, stay wavy. Keep it loopy. See ya.